and right, this is where we left off.
Darren?
I forget that guy's name. Rodney.
Rodney.
But we didn't remember that. But Rodney is in there.
Yeah, it was Rodney Peak-ass. Joey Abs came later, though.
Yeah, but
he was a real wrestler.
we remembered those two, and then we had to look up.
Guys, in case you were wondering,
the
Mean Street Posse was Shane McMahon's gang.
Oh, yeah. When Vince made Shane start wrestling for a little bit.
They wore sweater vests. Because they were from Greenwich, Connecticut.
I do have a Toy Story story. Toy Story story. It's my favorite.
Don't get us.
I'm gonna throw Bricky under the bus with this one, but I think that's okay. That's okay. So it's the toy store that I worked at specifically. I worked in all of them, but the one I worked at specifically was in Wyckoff, New Jersey. It's a very affluent area. A lot of wealthy people live and work there. Celebrities sometimes. Real Housewives in New Jersey is in my area, is in that area where the toy store is. And so I was working at the toy store, and some of the moms from that show, they gave us invitations to go to the Brownstone event for Autism Speaks. And they gave us a table. And I was one of the participants that went there. And I'm like, it's Autism Speaks, so there's going to be kids around. And so I brought a few magic tricks with me. And I have this one, Magic Thumbs. Yes. Magic Thumbs is my favorite. They're glowing thumbs. When you pinch them, they glow. You throw them back and forth. They're a hoot. Everyone's a big fan of Magic Thumbs. They're all taking a picture with Magic Thumbs. Pushing my finger. They have, I'm not going to get it, but we all get drunk. We all get very drunk. We end up going to a bar even after that, where Ken, the sons, me and the son and his best friend, the other two owners, not the father, he went home drunk. He was a riot during the serious speech at the event.
Yes, he
but
was.
That's a different story. But the thing is, so we went to a bar. His wife's driving us everywhere because we're all really drunk. Then we get back to the toy store where we left our cars, and she drives him home. And me and Brink are like, we're really drunk and high. No, we're not high. We're really drunk, and we're like, want to go down in the basement of the toy store and smoke some weed? He's like, yeah. So we go down in the basement of the toy store and we're smoking weed, and he starts he gets amped up when he drinks, and he's smoking. He's got all these things. He calls it Brinky Town.
Can I just real quick? Chris Brinkowski, to paint the picture, is like 5'8". And nothing but steel.
He's just this wiry little guy.
He's a soccer player who's like, ah!
So we get we're in the basement smoking weed. He says, do you think you can punch a wall? I'm like, yeah, I think I can punch a wall. I punched a hole through the wall of the basement. It was this plaster. It's this cheap drywall. And then he's just like, he gets mad. He does the same thing. So we take a My Little Pony poster. We stick it over the hole so that the boss won't know. Then he gets beer muscles. He starts pushing me. And I'm just like, Chris, don't do that. He pushes me again. I'm like, Chris. And then he tackles me. He tackles me into a wall of Legos, and they all come crashing down. We wrestle in that basement several times where I keep knocking him down, and he gets angry and angry each time I knock him down. And then he grabs me, and he's really trying, and I just throw him down. We break all these toys in the basement. I throw him down. And
wooden toys. Expensive wooden toys.
Very expensive. And then I knock him down, and he stops moving. And I'm drunk and high, and I think I killed my boss. I see him on the ground, and he's not moving. And I try to shake him, and I slap him. I slap him in the face. He's not moving. I'm like, I think to myself, I'm going to slap him 6 times in the face, as hard as I can, with my whole hand, as hard as I can. If he doesn't wake up, I'm calling an ambulance because I don't want him to die. Yeah. So I grab him by the shirt, and I slap him as hard as I can in the face. I do it again, full palm. 3, 4, 5. His eyes dart open and he starts choking me. He's like, that's how you play, bro? That's how you play? He starts choking me. And then I have to fall on him all my weight, pushing against his face. I was like, I thought you were dead, bro. I thought you were dead. I was just trying to make sure you weren't alive. He's like, get the fuck off me. He gets up, storms out, he leaves the place, and he drives away into the night. Then I go outside and I'm like, shit, I have to go home, and I'm just down the road. So I drive down I take my car and I drive down. I fall asleep in my car. I didn't want to wake up my parents. I was still living with my parents at the time. Everyone goes to work. They see my car in the driveway. They're like, he's sleeping in. I don't go to work the next morning. My boss, Jerry, the old man, he's calling everyone. He comes to my house, sees my car in the driveway, knocks on the door, and my little brother's like, he never came home last night. They thought I died. They had no idea what happened to me, and then I ended up showing to work, and they're just like, we were calling.
You in the car?
No, they went and looked in the car. They saw the car in the driveway, and it's a long drive. It's behind my house, essentially. If you're walking towards it, it's behind my house, and I found out that day. Just the last part of the story. Months later, we're in the basement, and my boss, he's moving around his office, he's decorating the sun. He removes the My Little Pony poster, and he sees 2 holes in the wall, and then he slowly puts the poster back because he thinks he's the one that did it.
Just in a drunken toy rage.
Yeah.
Something he forgot
Oh my
about.
god! Wow.
The other guy didn't remember what happened the next day.
Okay, so
Because they were calling our store, which is where Chris Brinkowski worked, and he was like, I don't know what you're talking about. I went home. And he has like a black eye. He doesn't know how he got the black eye. He's all scratched up. He's like, we just had fun. I don't know.
Smacked
We
him.
just had fun.
He had no idea.
Is that how you play, bro?
What?
That's really funny. I like 5 smacks in.
Yeah, no, I was gonna say,
Five.
what made you say 6?
I just thought of 6. I just
Yeah,
I need to do something.
like 6
and I
is-
felt like, I honestly, maybe I got to the decision like 5's not enough. 5's just not enough to know.
I've resurrected people with 6 in the past.
I
So.
don't know, I just came up with 6.
Well, you got him at 6.
I got him
think
for 5.
That's good. I think 6 seems right.
I don't know, it seems like a fair amount. Like if you do it a few times, like I went full bore. Like this was all my might. I wanted to know he wasn't dead. But I smacked him, I think a few times just like right in the nose.
I like the idea
old
that the
stabs.
entire
I was
time you're
drunk.
fighting with this man, you're just like continuously overpowering him, and that makes him madder and
No,
madder.
he gets so angry, and we were knocking into shelves. All these things came tumbling down like dominoes. These are shelves that we built, so it's not good shelves. And they're God.
They're men. They're like men.
I'm imagining just like that fight scene from They Live, where it's just like out of nowhere, you guys were having a good time, and then just,
I gotta see it.
and then he
dope.
didn't. Yeah.
The thing is, like, it's
I've never
exactly
seen
like
that.
that.
He brought
And the thing
this
is,
up to
I
me
wish there was a
yesterday,
camera.
Oh
I
my
wish there
god,
was a
you
camera
got
for it.
to.
Yeah,
Whenever
I hear it's great.
you're talking about it, I can just see the whole thing.
I would think, I would love to go back to that basement and just say, hey, $100.
Let's do
Because
it.
the thing is, like, they broke toys all the time. Everyone
yeah.
breaks toys there. We step on shit. We try to tape it back together. Don't work right. No, we like, if it's broken, we don't sell it. But, like, if
That's
I'm
not
able
always
to
true.
fix something and put it back in a box without looking like that, that's not me.
That's it.
I'm real good at my job.
This place is gonna close down tomorrow. Dude.
No.
They're killing it.
They're
I'll tell you
doing
what.
it.
2 quick stories about Jerry, old man Jerry.
Uh-oh.
This
I'm gonna talk about
guy,
this
Old man
podcast.
Jerry.
I'm telling you, this guy said whatever he wanted to say in front of kids and got away with it. 2 stories. I meet him my first day on the job because he's like, oh, this is Roy, Jerry. He's the new guy. He shakes my hand. He says, Roy, nice to meet you. Just let you know I got a bigger cock than you. Just let you know. Right in the middle of the fucking toy store.
Just such a son of a bitch.
He's such a son of a bitch. And then the other story,
Maybe he's not wrong.
He's probably not wrong. He likes to, that's what he does.
He plays with puppets.
He plays with puppets.
Play with puppets.
in a
He
really
loved when I played with
inappropriate
puppets,
way.
and then he bring his puppet. You take a puppet, you're just like, oh, look at the pee on the puppet. Look at the pee. You take the little hand and have it like pretend masturbate and look at it.
So we're there's this jerky kid because it's a toy store, so like jerky middle school kids come in all the time, and they love my boss. So they'd come in, they'd be like, "Is Chris here? Where's Chris?" This one specific kid was like, "Where's Chris?" And Jerry, who's leaning behind me, 10 feet away, goes, "Have you checked your mother's ass?" And then realized what he said and stormed out, like ran away.
He's constantly said things like that. He's terrible.
He was obsessed with the idea of a website where you can rate your poop.
Yeah.
So he'd come up to me like, hey,
he was obsessed.
hey, Crow. He called me Crow and Gilly. He called me Gilligan because I looked like Gilligan from Gilligan's Island. Hey, Gilly, you see this website where you can rate your shit? Isn't that disgusting?
Yeah, he loved talking about that, but that was because of Andres.
Yeah, 'cause of
Andres
Andres,
brought it
yeah.
up, and then I seconded the notion.
Oh my god. I feel like this man is just who you're gonna become when you're older.
He shaped my adulthood.
Yeah, that's why I'm saying we're toy men.
Yeah.
He's a teacher. That man's a teacher.
So's Chris.
That man's a teacher.
Chris gave me a lot of shit, but he helped me out a lot.
Yeah, he's,
The Toy Store helped.
it's a weird family.
It's
It's a
weird.
weird family.
Once you're part of the family, you're always a part of the family.
I don't know. I think you have to.
That's so funny.
You have to. But it's actually what they do. They do. They're good.
You know, when we first met, when you first started at the theater, which is funny that you were here first and you started at the theater first. I'm sorry, you, Red, arrived first, and then you, Roy, came into the theater first.
Yeah, I was on a roll.
But one of the things that you said to me is that you like wanted to learn about like running a theater,
Yeah.
like, what it required. Where did the interest in that come from? I don't get that a lot, is all I'm saying.
Sure. No, absolutely. I love performing. I love it. I think it's great. I have a hoot doing it. But, for example, on Knockout, if I was only the host of Knockout, I wouldn't like it. I love producing it. I love it. I love it. I love producing. I love bringing people together. I love that idea of, like, you're on a stage right now. It's because you were interested in doing this thing that I was doing. Like, that's super cool. That's super cool. It's my favorite thing. Mm-hmm. So, like, my interest from running a theater was, like, in high school, I booked shows. I booked a bunch of bands that you guys have never heard of, except maybe the Screaming Females. Anybody? Check them out. I booked them. They're cool now. I loved that. I loved putting shows together. I loved finding venues. I loved doing all of that. And I always used to joke about opening my own venue in high school. I was like, oh, we'll open a venue. Even though I was just running like shitty basement shows, but whatever. So I kind of hit a point in 2014 because I moved to Austin in 2015 where I kind of like bottomed out. And I was like, ah, shit, what am I doing? I don't know what I'm doing. We all have those moments still.
Normally right as we moved to Austin.
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
And
forever.
My goal was to get involved in a community and figure out what that entails, because I would like to one day open a space of some sort. Not, necessarily a theater only, but like a community space of some sort. And I was like, that all sounds good in theory, but how the fuck do I do it? So that's why I asked you. I was like, I want to learn how shit works. And, that's still super cool. And like, being part of this community on both sides of things is a really interesting thing. It's a really interesting experience. If I'm going to get involved in improv and sketch and stuff, I might as well learn the whole gambit. I want to know all about it. And I have owned like Tons of Toys is a family-owned business. My first job was at a Cold Stone, but it was run by like a contractor, and he was like, "When you work for me, you're family." His name was Tice, and he used to pat me on the shoulder and say, "Yes, my love," anytime I had a question. And I thought it was the sweetest thing. I thought it was so sweet because he's a little old man. His wife was always working there too. Like we didn't sing. He was like, "Singing's bullshit. If you're not doing a good job, why fucking sing?" So, I mean, I've always been in favor of that, of like the small business, of the family-run thing, in hopes of one day having my own family-run thing. So I think that was really kind of where that came from. Yeah.
Crazy.
I just outed myself. All my goals and ambitions.
That's all right. That's a nice thing to... I always like to know what people want to do. I always ask people, and they look at me crazy sometimes. But... I like to know where you want to be so that if I happen to hear about an opportunity to help you get there, I can give it to you.
Yeah, and
that's what we're all about. Like, just sharing it.
Yeah.
What brought you to the theater, Red? Roy brought me.
Really?
Did you guys do any performance stuff together back in Jersey?
Oh, yeah. We had anything on TV with Jeff and Roy stuff.
Anything on TV with Jeff and Roy.
Available on the internet.
Yeah. Still available on video and YouTube.
It's the hit public access show on Wednesday nights.
That's right.
Second hit public access show.
Yeah. Chris Guthrie, we're coming for
Chris Guthrie's number one, so it's not too bad.
Not too bad.
On Wednesday nights.
Wednesday nights at 10:30.
10:30.
Us.
13 episodes that ran for like 52 weeks.
we just we actually had a moment the other day right after between Fuck This Week and Knockout. Somebody was talking about Chris Gethard, and we both leaned in like, hey, you ever watch the 10:30 slot right before the Chris Gethard show? And she's like, yeah. She
didn't recognize
She knew.
us. No.
Wait, you said anything on TV with Jeff and Royster? She was sold
right through that.
Frank was sold too.
Oh, they're all sold.
They're sold.
They were not.
That's so fun.
Anything on TV with Jeff and Royster coming back.
Yeah.
Sometime.
I try.
Episode 14.
2 weeks.
We're working on it.
Yeah,
something's coming. Something's big.
He doesn't want to commit to a deadline.
Happening. I don't like committing to deadlines. I have a lot going on.
Mm-hmm. I got a lot going on.
Me too.
We're toy men. We
all
have
got a
deadlines.
lot going on.
We're toy men.
We always talk about how we're a slave to the deadline. That's something that Dilly and myself and Wendell have discussed. It's a helpful way to get the things done.
Yeah, I was gonna say, as far as like a motivator goes, like a deadline is like
it's different.
It's like you give me a 2-week deadline. I know I'm gonna ball out on like the 3 days before that deadline's up. Like I will toss stuff around for 11 days, and then those 3 days I'm gonna be in this fever pitch of just writing and figuring, like just writing draft after draft and just getting it all figured out. But then it works. Like I don't know. Like pressure is my main drive. Like I get really creative when I